Trump's net worth plunges 1 billion as his media stock tumbles. Here we go. Yeah. Trump's Truth Social reveals 58 million loss as auditor raises doubts about viability. So my understanding is that investors are basically saying, please don't invest in Truth Social. It has literally no value and it'll plummet in value if Trump ever leverages or sells it, which he will because he needs money. Like if he dumps his stock, like it'll all be worth nothing. It's just a scam, you know? And as you know, people claim that, an extraordinary stock market debut last week left Trump Media and Technology Group valued at more than $7 billion, but it generated sales of just $4 million in 2023, according to regulatory filings. Sales, not net profit, sales. So not even to speak of the cost, you know? I love the stock market. It's so rational. It's so good at rationally determining what things are worth, you know? That's so great. I love that. Net losses for Trump Media came in at 58 million. Oh, nice. So it made about 1/15th as much as it lost. That's great. That's good. Super cool. And as a consequence of that, his net worth plummeted. After the company disclosed it lost more than 58 million, generated very little revenue in 2023. Former President Donald Trump is the company's majority shareholder, and his net worth tumbled by more than 1 billion Monday as a result. The figures underscore why some experts warn Trump Media's multi-billion-dollar valuation defies logic and is reminiscent of the meme stock craze. It's almost like it's an irrational system for allocating worth. Okay. Revenue tumbled 39% year over year in its fourth quarter to just $751,000. That's not what investors want to see from any startup, especially one valued at those levels. Yeah, but the people who would be investing in Trump Social would not be doing so because they really want a return. They'd be doing so because they want to pump Trump up. They want to they want to use it as a pump and dump, you know? At Monday's afternoon prices, Trump's stake of 38.8 million shares is now worth approximately about 3.8 billion. This represents a massive boost to Trump's net worth, though it is down significantly from its peak of about 6.3 billion just last week. Nice. He got 6.3 billion in evaluation in the course of a single day. It's already gone down by 2.5 billion, you know, nearly halved. Such a rational market. We love our rational markets, don't we, folks? Can he even pay the 175 million bond at this point? I'm sure he'll be able to find that much money. He is currently unable to offload his stake, however, and will need the stock to continue to trade at the levels to which it has surged in recent months if he is to raise billions of dollars from a sale. Trump will never be able to get anywhere near as much as he wants from a sale because A, he has to wait unless those rules are waived, and B, can you imagine trying to find buyers for 78.8 million stocks in a company that lost nearly half of its evaluated worth in that length of time, or lost billions in evaluated worth? Like, saying you're going to sell at a given price is one thing, you know? Actually managing to sell it, he'll never sell it, but he needs money. He needs liquid cash. So is it not Jover? It is not yet Jover. The second that sale order goes out, everybody knows that the only reason Trump Media has any stock value is because it's tied to a former president. If Donald Trump tried to sell, not only would the price immediately plummet because he's selling all the goddamn, you know, shares that he has, but additionally, it'll plummet because it would represent the only reason the company is valuable at all, bailing out from ownership. You know, it only exists because of him. There would be two depreciatory pressures on the share price, like immediately overnight. It would be nothing, and it's already plummeting in value, even though he can't sell for like months. Ridiculous. Yeah, selling the burning scraps of a sinking ship. Elon's going to buy it for $7 billion. Well, Elon also doesn't have $7 billion in liquid cash to throw around. I think he should do it, though. I think he should tie himself to more sinking ships. Do you think this is going to harm his re-election chances? Well, it's going to limit the money he has to campaign with, so yeah. And what's this? J.K. Rowling and arrest me challenge over hate crime law. Challenge Scotland's new hate crime law in a series of social media posts. Oh, this is so boring. Scotland's new hate crime law comes into force. Yes, please, drag it out into a big protracted trial that I can win inevitably because I'm a billionaire, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Whatever. And the law creates a new crime of stirring up hatred relating to age, disability, religion, sexual orientation, transgender identity, or being intersex. That does sound vague, though. Yeah, I prefer my American freedom of speech, but whatever. In England and Wales, they have that for race, religion, and sexual orientation, but not for transgender identity, religion, disability, or being intersex. Your free speech gave you Trump. Yeah, that's true. That's how it works. You know, there's not a rising tide of fascists over in Europe as well. J.K. Rowling is just turning into British libs of TikTok. Targeted Mridul Wadhwa, for the heinous crime of spending decades of her life working to protect and uplift rape victims. Head of a Scottish rape crisis center said sexual violence happens to bigoted people as well. She has no gender recognition certificate, but was still appointed to a job advertised for women only. Time to be challenged on your prejudices, rape victims. What? What does this even mean? Is she trans? Was still appointed to a job advertised for women only. What? What is Blood waffling about? Honestly, I'm fine with this. The only reason J.K. Rowling had any, like, cultural pull is because by fronting as a feminist, she was able to, like, pull over, you know, Blairite, neoliberal, moderate types into being transphobic. The more she just openly becomes Adolf Hitler, the less effective she is in that wing. There's a reason why you basically never hear anything from TERFs, right? Like, the most politically active so-called TERF has been that Posey Parker person, and she's literally allies with Nazis. You know, it doesn't... The more crazy they get, the less likely they are to be able to do the thing that they are good at doing, which is pulling people over, you know, who are more towards the center. I don't know what this even means. You might notice, by the way, that if you look at J.K. Rowling's tweets, the tweets that she does like this, where she just does these random political attacks, don't get very much attention. The tweets that do get a lot of attention is when she responds to somebody shit-talking her with some smug Gen Xer, like, I'm holding a cup of tea in both my hands and I'm smarter than you bullshit, you know? Like, this person's being mean to me, but I've had to deal with stuff like this my whole life, da-da-da, this witch doesn't burn, that type shit. Those are the ones that get a lot of attention because those are the ones that have the broader appeal. The, like, really specific political shit, that doesn't have the same pull. I've seen her get ratioed a few times, which is pretty crazy considering her size, you know? They're also really annoying. Well, Gen Xers are annoying in general, sure, yeah. Yeah, I was literally about to say no offense, Mr. Slen, but you preempted me. I didn't want to call you out there. Not cool, yeah. Do you think she was always like this but quiet about it, or has she lost her marbles? I think she's lost her marbles to a large extent, but the underlying, like, ideological problems were always present, yeah. Anyway, the Scottish law stuff is super boring to me, especially because as an American, I don't really have much of an interest in defending it, you know? I don't really like the idea of the government being able to arrest you for, quote, stirring up hatred. Like, I don't know, maybe sometimes maybe we've had this talk before. It's very complicated, it's very ideological, it's very in theory, it's whatever, you know. Yeah, it's a touchy subject, not just because it's sensitive, but also because it's complicated. U.S. Customs and Immigration Services, or sorry, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is introducing a third gender option, also known as Twitter, defined as another gender identity. Today we published the new edition of Form N400, the first form to include the X gender option. This option will become available in additional forms we revise them. Well, that's cute. I don't think the official Twitter account of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration would do a April Fool's joke, though maybe they are, you know, whatever. Yeah, I can't believe they chose X, the Twitter letter. Why they do this in April Fool's? Bureaucracy has no mind for your pithy joke holidays. The quote tweets are insane. Oh, I'm sure.